Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth through rule well. Peace and salutations to the helpful elect. Shalom. Today is the Day of Atonement for the sins that you've committed during the year. Pretty much most of your life. Most of us have committed all kinds of sins, not even being aware that they were sins, just following your own will. And, thanks to the skillful manipulation of the words of the Most High God by righteous men with the righteous spirit over at Great Millstone, I found myself being fully persuaded by these righteous men to follow in their footsteps in the works that they've done before me, to try to help bring edification and understanding to our people that consists of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for the most part here in America, Babylon the Great. However, you also have members of our people, that are in different parts of the world, like it says in Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9. As a matter of fact, let's get that. I'm going to try to keep up with all of the scriptures this time. Chapter 12, verse 9. Blue letter, there you go. Esau, anything try to stop you from learning, right? Anyway, Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 8. Mine heritage is as a lion in the forest. It crieth out against me, therefore have I hated it. Right? Verse 9, and my point, mine heritage is as unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Right? Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard, and they have trodden down my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made it desolate, and being desolate, it mourneth unto me. The whole land is made desolate, because no man layeth it to heart. Right? Now, this speckled bird, in this biblical scripture should, I'll just go to heritage. First.
Strong's H 5159. Nachala. Nachala.
Right. So, it's a possession, property, inheritance, heritage, property, a portion, share, inheritance, possession, something inherited, right? In its usual sense, properly something inherited, i.e. abstractly occupancy, or concretely an heirloom, generally an estate, patrimony, or portion. To inherit, inheritance, possession, right? So, people just don't understand, But anyways, that's where I was at, okay? Where was I going to? I was at John chapter 8, verse 44. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over this lesson, because I was reciting some biblical Hebrew prayers, and I wanted to share them with you. And then the fire caught up to me. Whew, right? Okay. So, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Shemai, Babakosha, 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 Ajanaya, Aisha, Rachaya, Al Ash, Atha, Aisha, Mahar, Rachaya, La Manatazak, Kal Chajak, Basham, Yahweh Wa Yahushai, Thamyad Tawab. Right? This is what it says. Lord, in the name of your Son, listen, please, please, please. Make my spirit on fire for you. Make ready my spirit to conquer all darkness in the name of the Lord and Son, good always. Thamyad is good always. Tawab. Right? Psalms chapter 25, verse 17. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. Oh, as a matter of fact, let's go get them. Let's go get them. I was reading what I wrote down and I forgot to share it with you. I'm sorry. Salakia. Okay. Psalms chapters 25 verse 17. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. O bring thou me out of my distresses. Verse 18. Look upon mine affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Right? And this is what it says in the Lashawan Kodash language, the ancient Hebrew language of our people, the Hebrew Israelites. We're not black. Black is a social construct that was created by Esau Edom during the Renaissance period when he took over the world, being that the perpetual hatred was always there and never left, to put the children of Israel underneath his foothills and make everybody else do the same. Why not? Put black on them and make them evil and dark, wicked, foreboding, without light. Right? Tazarawath labaya ha rachaya rachayabwa mama taza waka wathya ha wataza ya'a ya'anaya ra'a ha'ai nayaya wa imalya walsha lachal ta'awathya. Right? O bring thou me out of my distresses, look upon mine affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Right? Psalms chapter 48 verse 14. Ooh, I was finna do it again. Okay. Running off and leaving the people. Can't be doing that one. 48 and 15. Right? 48 and 14. Salakia. For this Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is our power forever and ever. He will be our guide even unto death. And this is what it says in the Lashawan Kodash language. Thana Hagnaya al Mawath Alahayanawa Shartaza Bawath Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Alahaya Thamyad Tawab. Amen. Right? For this God is our God forever and ever. He will be our guide even unto death. Good always. So let it be done. Right? Right? And so the lesson, right, I was like, and that's what I was doing, and that's basically what I was doing. I was out here just sitting outside, and I was reflecting on what I was being taught during the week when I get online, right? And I'm following the biblical scriptures of the brothers, a great millstone, different individuals that all preach the same doctrine, right? And I was just taking a walk through history, my mind, and I found this lesson, old lesson a couple of years ago. History is a lie commonly agreed upon, right? The French philosopher Voltaire. Every culture is influenced by the historical forces that shape it, right? Let's see if we can. I don't think we can find it, but we can try. Voltaire, Volta, French writer. Boom. There he is, some French dude, Okay. In his lifetime, this person, Francois Marie Aret, or whatever, I think it's how to pronounce it. Okay. Let's see, what's his name again? Voltaire. Right? Born, died, blah, blah, blah. In his lifetime, he published numerous works, including books, plays, poems, and polemics. His most famous works included the fictitious letters, or philosophiques, and the satirical novel Candide. Right? The former, a series of essays on English government and society, stuff like that. Okay. Crush the infamy, whatever. Whatever. Right. But anyway, I was just going through and, just thinking of a different lesson to do today, right? History is a lie commonly agreed upon. Every culture is influenced by the historical forces that shape it, right? Perspectives of history, right? So let's go to Job chapter 15. Hold on, get that out of the way. Job 15, right? Right. Verse 4. Yep, thou castest off fear and restrainest prayer before the Most High. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Right? Verse 6. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yep, thine own lips testify against thee. That's what's going on now with these Edomites now. They're telling on themselves left and right, man. Where is it? Is it in Psalm 64? I think it is. Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Right? I'm telling you, man. This is what these devils are doing, man. All the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Trying to find a way to stop us from knowing who we are. Right? Right? Let's go into iconoclasm. Can't get it from here. Let's get to
Here's the definition of iconoclasm. The action of attacking or assertively rejecting cherished beliefs and institutions or established values and practices.
Right? Number 2, the rejection or destruction of religious images as heretical. The doctrine of iconoclasts. Right? Iconoclasm is the social belief in the importance of the destruction of icons and other images or monuments, most frequently or religious or for political reasons. Right? Image breaking, and refers to a recurring historical impulse to break or destroy images for religious or political reasons. For example, in ancient Egypt, the carved visages of some pharaohs were obliterated by their successors. During the French Revolution, the images of kings were defaced. For example, the Sphinx in Egypt, it was defaced by the individual that was running the French Revolution, Napoleon Bonaparte. He used a cannon and blew the nose off of the Sphinx, and the lips off of the Sphinx, so this way you wouldn't be able to tell that it was the image of a melanated skinned man, because 9 times out of 10, the melanated skinned men have a wide nose and thick, round lips, right? Okay? They don't want you to understand anything, man. Okay? Iconoclasm. I'm telling you, man. That's what they are. Defacing of historical images to conceal, hide, to cover. Right? Let's go into whitewash. Right? Whitewash has multiple meanings, including to cover up something, to gloss over or hide something bad, such as crime or scandal, to make it seem acceptable. Right? See? And this is what these devils had done, man. They went through history. What does it mean to whitewash history? To alter something in a way that favors features or caters to white people, such as to portray in a way that increases prominence, relevance, or impact of white people and minimizes or misrepresents that of non-white people. Okay? Okay. There you go. Big as shit. Okay? So these devils went through history and whitewashed everything. They cleaned it all up and put their face on it. Let me give you an example of them whitewashing history, putting their face on everything. Okay? Yeah, let me see if I can find you an example of what they did. I've got some pictures here. Here's an example, right, of whitewashing history. What you see on the left of your screen is the true visage, the visage, the face of the Son of God by biblical description. Okay, let's get it. Revelation chapter 1. Right? Hold on. We're going to get to it. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. Okay? And his eyes were as a flame of fire. Right? And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. And his voice as the sound of many waters. Which of these images fit the description? Right? Hold on, because this is what was been going through my head, man. It was driving me up, and up the wall, up, and away into the wall. Okay. Alrighty, let me see if I can find you some more proof of this iconoclastic whitewashing that these devils have done, and they prove that to the entire world. Right? Check this out. If the person that you ignorantly called Jesus' hair was like this, of wool, that's what woolly hair looks like, right? All right? Okay, so like it. That's what woolly hair looks like. If Yahushai's hair was like this, skin looked like this, is from here, right? Then who the hell is this? Okay? That's an example of iconoclasm. Let's get even more proof. Let's get it. Right? Revelation 1:14, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. Right? And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. Right? Kind of looks like this picture here. Right? Now, fine brass. Right? You got fine brass, and then you have burnt brass. Nobody looks like that but us. Come on, man. Job chapter 30, verse 30, my skin is black. Lamentations chapter 5, verse 13, King James Version. Right? Our skin was black like an oven. Right? Question. Why were Joseph, Moses, and Paul mistaken for Egyptians if they knew Egyptians were dark-skinned people? Once again, why were Joseph, Moses, and Paul mistaken for Egyptians? Wait a minute. What made Yahushai's family think that they could go to Egypt and blend? Remember, the angel told Joseph and Mary to flee ye into Egypt, and I will send word at the death of your enemy. Right? 12 whole years, right? Isaiah 28. Precept must be upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Okay? See? This is what we're talking about, man. These devils. Okay? The mark that the Lord put upon Cain and his descendants is called leprosy in the Bible, better known today as vitiligo. Right? See Genesis chapter 4, verse 15, Exodus chapter 4, verse 6, Numbers chapter 12, verse 10. Right? Cain, before the mark. Are you paying attention to the screen? Cain, after the mark. Right? And I messed the picture up when I tried to screenshot it off the internet. You have Jacob and Abel. Jacob is Abel, and Esau is Cain. Cain and Abel in the reincarnation. They came back as twins this time, but one came out elder than the other. Right? Let's go into Yeah. So how does that work? This is the wickedness of these devils. They go down throughout the entire earth, telling the entire world that they're God's chosen people. Go to church, come by, pick your kids up, and take them to church, and in order to continue to brainwash them and to believe that they're God's chosen people when they're not. That's what they do. Let's go to Psalms chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder which stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. You know, you got people walk past the camps, bitching, whining, and complaining, spitting. One white guy drove by and told me, "Shut the fuck up, nigger." Right? I'm like, wow, man, really? I'm telling you, these people truly hate us, man. Okay, and now that they're at the end of their rulership, everything is opening up on them, right? Their own tongue is falling upon themselves. Let's go back to Job 15, verse 6. Where was I at? Thine own mouth condemneth thee, not I. Yep, thine own lips testify against thee. We wouldn't even know what iconoclasm would. We wouldn't even know what iconoclasm is. Okay? If these people didn't have a guilty conscience and decided to tell us. Other than that, right into this day, we wouldn't know who we are. It's that simple. Okay? That's the truth. And people just hate the truth. They hate it because it hurts. You know, don't get me wrong. Sure, the truth will set you free. Hell yeah, it'll make you free. But first, it's going to piss you off because it's the truth. And the truth hurts. And people can't deal with it. That's what I found. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because the truth is not in him. There is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Right? You see, the events in history change who we are. Right? And like it says before, every culture is influenced by the historical forces that shape it. Every culture. So if you have black culture, it was influenced by the individuals in control of historical forces of white supremacy and white privilege, and shaped so-called black culture to what it is today. Wickedness on every level. Okay? Women pussy popping. Our men are dressing like women. Our women are dressing like men. Everything is just backwards. Everything's upside down. Right? Isaiah 29, verse 15. Or verse 16. No, I was right, 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are done in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, or who knoweth us? Right? Don't nobody know that they're doing, because it's the secret counsels of the wicked. Right? And who are the wicked? If you go to Malachi chapter 1, it will tell you who the wicked are. Right? Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. Right? They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Right? The border of wickedness. See? So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai already hates these people. They just can't deal with it. Now, if you go over here to, what is it, Romans 9 and 13, they can't deal with it. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. But Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Yahweh forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy upon whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. So the Most High does whatever he wants to do with whomever he wants to do it, whenever he wants to do it, no matter what you can say about it. These are just different perspectives in history. The so-called the Israelites, okay, and so-called Christian church, they have different perspectives of history, of the so-called religious doctrines, of which is the word of the Most High God. They have their own perspective. They have their own doctrines. One is right and one is wrong. You have to be able to discern the difference between the two. Right? Now, if you go to, what was it? I think it was Amos. Right? No, it was Malachi. I was right. I was right. It was Malachi. It was Malachi chapter 3. Right? Verse 18. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. Christians, they say and believe that they serve the Most High, but they don't. They're so-called Protestants. That's what Protestants are. They're protesters against the dictates of the Catholic Church. Right? They're supposed to be separate from the Catholic Church, and yet they worship the same God as the Catholics on the same day that the Catholics worship. Okay? Aren't they supposed to be different? You're supposed to to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? Like it tells you to do in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, right? Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. They don't do that. They hate the Most High. They tell him that the law is done away with, right? That's what they say. Let's go to Psalms 50, right? Verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing as thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee? Right? Don't they say that the law is done away with? That's the instruction manual in order for righteousness. But they say the law is done away with. Do what you want to do. It's ridiculous. Okay, I think it's in the book of, let's see, I think it's in Colossians, right? Right? It's like you. I can't remember where it is. Okay. Right? Yeah. Buried with him in baptism, right? Right? Blotting out the hand. Okay. Where's it at? Let's see.
Hey, Tanya, you're going to have to move your
Right. All right. Let's see. Now. Right? Colossians 2 and 6. I'll just start there. As ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahushai, the Lord, so walk ye in him, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men. Right? Evangelical Christianity is the vain deceit after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality, in whom ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands, and putting off the body of the sins of the flesh by circumcision of Hamashiach. Right? So they believe that the sins that you commit were nailed to the cross, which is their half right. The only part that was nailed to the cross was the consequences of committing the sins, the consequences of violating God's law. That was what was nailed to the cross. Okay? Okay. Salaki. Salakia. There it is. A Colossians, I just hadn't got there yet. Colossians 2 and 14. Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us. It's the ordinances. The ordinances are the law. Law, statutes, and commandments, right? Okay. But it's the violation of those ordinances that was against us. And it was contrary to us. And Yahushua came and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. Okay? Having spoiled principalities and powers, he made a show of them openly, triumphing over them in it. Right? Now, this is of grace. This is the grace period in which we're supposed to get out and teach our people the truth of the biblical scriptures as best we can. Right? So, and that's the reason why you have guys standing on street corners. You have scoffers and mockers coming out of fucking the clear blue sky, talking shit out of the side of their neck. Where was it at? 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. I seen a video the other day with Elder Menatazak and a brother Araya Halal, okay, making a video about these scoffers and mockers, talking shit out of the side of their neck about, I finally got accosted by the Hebrew Israelites. They cussed me out. I'm famous now. Oh, okay. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were, even from the beginning. For this they are willingly ignorant of, and that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. Right? But see, that's what our people don't get, man. They don't understand it. They don't understand the biblical scriptures. They'll never understand it. It can't be made to understand it. But our job, we try to get the blood off our hands, man. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. This is what they try to cover up, right? Thus saith the Lord of hosts. Right? Adawan Yahweh Yahweh Shai Shartaza Bawath. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Right? They still refuse to let us go. They ain't going to let go of these slaves here in America. They're trying to make more slaves. That's what the radio frequency identification microprocessor, the digital microprocessor, right? The so-called benign microprocessor subcutaneously implanted underneath your skin that keeps track of your whereabouts, that keeps track of, as a matter of fact, I'll just show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Okay? Let's see if I can find one. I got hundreds of pictures in here. I passed one. I want to get that one that the one is my favorite one. There it is. Boom. Right? This is the MOTB, the MARK of the BEAST. The beast is a wild, brute, savage, bestial, ferocious man. And the only wild, bestial, savage, ferocious, bestial man that has ever walked the face of the earth is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Right? Does he not go from continent to continent? Okay, let's see if I can find that picture. I just passed it. I know I did. I just seen it. Okay, there it is right here. Right? John chapter 8 verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Right? Genesis chapter 36, verse 8 and 9. Thus Esau dwelt at Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. From the beginning, there's only been one group of people that have been killing or deleting, right, and taking what does not belong to them. White people are Edom. Okay? This is the truth that they don't want you to know, man. Speaking, okay, from the past to the future, what's changed? The people that have the whip? There's a confederation or conglomerate of individuals that are confederate against the children of Israel to keep them in this downtrodden state. As you see, that you have the yoke of iron around in the slavery, and then you have one that wants to beat people to death in the other. Okay? Well, you have one picture, you have black people beating on black. No. You have Hamites beating on Israelites. These are two different types of so-called black people. Okay? They're two different types of people. Two different nations of dark-skinned people. Okay? It's that simple, man. And a lot of people, they just gloss over it like, well, we're all black. And it pisses me off when they do that dumb shit. Why don't you break it down the way it's supposed to be? Right? Okay? Now, if Yahushua HaMashiach was a so-called white man, right? A little white boy with blonde hair and blue eyes, how the hell would he be able to survive in Egypt if all of the Egyptians look like those in the background? Wouldn't he stick out like a sore thumb? You see what I mean with whitewashing history? Lying fuckers? That's what these devils do, man. That's all they know how to do is to tell a lie. They couldn't tell the truth to save their life. Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Okay? You have the biblical Israelites, okay, that have chains, baby's mama drama, everything else, and then you have the Ishkazars, right? See? Synagogue of Satan. See? That's who these people are, man. They don't change. They can't change them. Okay? Check this out. They left black. When he was asked about peace in the Middle East, the late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated, "The Jews will never be able to live here in peace because they left here black but came back white." Okay? Real talk, man. That's who these people are, man. They're the devil the Bible speaks of. They'll sit up there and tell you a lie and swear up and down that they're God's people, and they'll do everything against what God tells them to do. Check this out. Did you know that the letter J is no more than 500, 600 years old? How can a man who lived over 2,000 years ago be named Jebus? It is impossible for Jebus to be the name above all names. There's a gap of 1,500 years. His name was not Jebus, and the letter J didn't exist. So we're not trying to tell you that we hate white people. We hate what the Lord hates. Okay, don't get mad at us. The people that you're pissed off at is the Most High in heaven. That's who you're pissed off at. You're not pissed off at us. Why? What did we do? Okay, nothing. See? The Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. This, okay, is what it is. See it? Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, it will not tarry. This is the MOTB. Okay? This is where they want to put it in your hand. Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Then it gives you Revelation 13, verses 14 through 18, and Revelations chapter 14, 9 through 11. Let's go get them. Okay? These people have kept us down to destroy us for years. Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. Does he not have miracles where he can use these microprocessors and put them underneath these microprocessors, right? Okay. Salakia, hold on, I'll be right back. Put it on pause. Salakia, I had to move my vehicle. Of course, you know how that works. Right? Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Now, we all know the beast, okay, is a wild, brute, bestial man. Let's get it. And the only people that fit that, which I just showed you pictures of, okay, of this wild, brute, bestial man, Therion, right?
Strong's G 2342. Therion.
Okay. Metaphor, a brutal, bestial man, savage and ferocious. Okay. See? Okay. Let's see what else I can find about it. This bestial man. Okay. Revelation 13 and 14. There it is. Therion. Okay. A dangerous animal. A venomous wild beast. Right? His poison is like the poison of a serpent. Right? These are lies that come out of their mouth. They're venomous, wild, brute beasts. Wild beast, venomous beasts. Bestial people. Savage, ferocious. Okay? So they're going to come down with great wrath. Let's get that. Let's get Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that same time thy people, the Israelites, chosen by the Most High God, the elect, shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. And those that are going to be found written in the book are in the book of life. Okay, the only people getting out of here are whose names are written in the book of life. So we have hope. And the only hope that we can have is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right? Verse 3. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High. And who is the word? The word of the Most High, the word of God, is Yahushua HaMashiach, right? So that things that are seen were not made of things which do appear. Okay? Faith is the confidence that what we hope for will actually happen. It gives us assurance about things we cannot see. Right? Verse 3, NLT. By faith we understand that the entire universe was formed at the Most High's command, that what we now see did not come from anything that can be seen. Okay, so that Big Bang theory is bullshit. Okay, straight up. We try to tell the people, but they ain't trying to hear it. Okay, let's go back to Jeremiah. Right? The only people, like I said before, the only people getting out of here are the people whose names are written in the book of life. That's it. If you're not written in that book, you ain't going nowhere. You will be left here and melted. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds, which are these false pastors and preachers, right, have caused them to go astray. People attach righteousness to a three-piece suit and a clean-cut face with a haircut. Smell good with a brand new Cadillac in the yard. Okay? That's what people attest righteousness to. Right? Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have turned them away to other faiths and other false doctrines by reducing the faith in the Holy Bible, coming up with false ideologies and false sayings that they have, saying that that's the white man's book, right? Which have turned away the people on these other philosophies and wicked religions of the world. They have gone from mountain to hill, government to government. They have forgotten their resting place. And our resting place is with the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the city of Jerusalem, a people before it's a place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because we have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Right? It says there again in, Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9, says the same thing. Lord's heritage. Mine heritage is as unto me, is as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard, and the Lord's vineyard are his people. Right? They have trodden my portion underfoot, and the Lord's portion is his inheritance, and his inheritance are his people. Right? They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made these pastors that have destroyed the vineyard, have made people lose faith in the Most High God. And the desolate wilderness is those in the vineyard that have no faith and belief in the Lord anymore. They leave the church, so-called church, but the church of the Israelites, but they leave these church buildings. All they see is women dressed like whores and sluts looking for a husband with 12 kids. Okay? You know, they have made it desolate, and being desolate, it mourneth unto me. You know, our people languish. They bitch, whine, complain all the time about everything, man. How they don't have enough of this or they don't have enough of that. Right? They mourn unto me. The whole land is made desolate because no man layeth it to heart. Right? And the spoilers are the nations. Right? Which is found back in Psalm 83. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Right? They've gained a sense of pride. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Right? They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. And those that have taken this crafty counsel, okay, are the EU, NATO, World Economic Forum, World Health Organization, the Bilderberger Group, the Council on Foreign Relations, right? Just to name a few. Okay, and all of the different individuals that attend these councils. And the councils are against the people of the Lord. Right? And they try everything they can do to cut us off from who we are. Right? Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. And the daughter of Jerusalem are the Israelites, the children of Israel, a people near unto the Lord, saying, praise ye the Lord, right? Saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Right? They can't understand it. How is it that God's chosen people are going around pussy popping, wearing long hair, knowing it's a shame for a man to have long hair, and acting effeminate with their wrist broke, with their pants hanging off their butt, shooting each other in the street, selling each other drugs, right? The nations of the world are tripping. Verse 16, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee, right? They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. The Lord hath done that which he hath devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he hath commanded in the days of old, right? Because we would not fear the Most High God or keep his commandments, right? He hath thrown down and hath not pitied. and he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine enemies. Okay, now the horn of our enemies, let's go to that biblical scripture. The horn is Querin.
Strong's H, 7161. Keren. Keren.
Right, horn of strength. Right? Rays of light, a hill. Horn, hill, a fruitful hill. Right? The horn. Let's see. Let me see if I can find the horn of thine enemies. Boom. What's this? Okay. To have shine. Rays. Okay. I'm really trying. I'm really trying here, man. Let's see. Okay. By implication, a cornet, resemblance, an elephant's tooth. Right, whatever. That's not it. Right. It set up the horn of our adversaries, basically. Horn means power or shine or, rulership, pretty much. Okay? And that's what they've done. They've succeeded too. Right? It is impossible to understand the world of the New Testament without some grasp of the major political events that shape its world and culture. Right? Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Right? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Iconoclasm. If not, where and who is he? I'm not sure. I can't remember if I explained iconoclasm, but it's a defacing of historical images meant to conceal or hide or to cover. Right? Whitewash. I think I went into whitewash. To deliberately attempt to conceal unpleasant or incriminating facts about someone or something. And I showed pictures of the Most High and what his son would look like as far as a jasper and a sardine stone. And if I didn't, I'll do it again. See if I can find the jasper and sardine stones. Okay. Because it's crazy. See, look. See? You can put so-called Negroes together and make a so-called Edomite white baby. But you can't put two white people together and make a black baby. It doesn't work. Okay? Imagine this is Isaac and Rebekah. And you have Jacob and Esau. Okay? That's the truth of it. Whether you want to believe it or not, man. And these Edomites don't believe it. They can't accept it. They cannot embrace or accept the truth of the holy biblical scriptures and the Most High's perpetual hatred that he has towards their people. Right? The empire of the Edomite, the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomite. Who are the Edomites now? During the 2nd century BC, before Christian era, the Edomites were forcibly converted to Judaism by the Hasmoneans and were incorporated into the Ish population. Right? See, they refuse by any means necessary to allow the truth out, man. They ain't gonna do it. Shit, they wouldn't tell you the truth. They ain't gonna do it. They just ain't gonna do it, man. They refuse to tell you the truth. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find that jasper and sardine stones. I have the 12 stones of Israel. Wow. I just saw it. I just had it. Hold on, man. It's like it. Because I have lots of pictures here. Jasper and sardine stone. Hold on, what's this? Oh. Alrighty. Jasper and sardine stones. I just had it. I just wanted to show you what the difference between a jasper and a sardine stone. I thought I know it's in here. I mean, this is my cache of all my pictures. You know, Jasper and sardine stone. Jasper and sardine stone. Man, that's crazy. It's not there. Or either did I overlook it? Did I go past it? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Okay. Remember this. Before the mark of Cain, right? That's the mark of Cain. After the mark. Okay. The mark that rests, the mark that the Lord put upon Cain and his descendants is called leprosy in the Bible, better known today as vitiligo. Okay. See, you know, they don't like that, man. They don't want you to tell the truth about them. You know, they don't want that out there. They'll do anything to hide the truth. They spent billions and billions of dollars per year in order to mislead the children of Israel, keeping them further and further and further away from the truth as far as they could. All they've ever tried to do is to keep us from the truth of who we are as God's chosen people. They don't want it out there, man. They refuse to have it out there. And now they're going to try to do everything they can to break down the biblical scriptures, to break it down to where we can't go out and preach. They're going to do whatever they need to do, man, to stop the truth from coming out. They can't do anything about it, okay? But anyway, this is the name of the Father and the name of the Son. These are the keys in order to make it out of here. From right to left, Yah, Ha, Wah, Ha. The real name of the Father, Yahweh. That's how you can correctly pronounce it, right? It says in one biblical scripture that the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen, right? Yahweh means He is, He will be, or He exists, right? Yahweh Shai, the name underneath in the ancient Lashawan Kodash language, the Hebrew language, is Yahweh Shai, right? Which means He saves, He delivers, He is salvation. That's what it means, you know? But they don't want you to know that either. By any means necessary, they'll keep it away from you if they can. You know? I don't think that's very fair. I think every person should know who they are, where they come from. But these Edomites, they don't want that out there. They don't want us to know that we come from Israel. So that would uncover the people who are there. Right? All they want to do is they want to put this in your body. The MOTB, the mark of the beast. Right? It has your biometrics and your medical records. It has your finances, your credit, and it has your digital identification and a tracking device as know where you are, what you're doing at all times, everywhere you go. Okay? This is what they want, man. They ain't going to stop till they get it accomplished. And if you get in the way, they're going to remove you out of their way. This is the wickedness of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? Check this out. The Dred Scott case, the case in which the United States Supreme Court held that descendants of Africans who were imported into this country and sold as slaves were not included nor intended to be included, okay, under the word citizens in the Constitution, whether emancipated or not, and remained without rights or privileges except such as those which the government might grant them. See? So, you see what I'm saying? This is the truth, man. This is who blacks, so-called, are not considered citizens. They are still considered slaves by the government. Okay? And our people want to keep that a secret. Many pastors have kept this a secret, and they refuse to tell our people that they are the children of the Most High. They ain't going to do it, man. They get paid to keep their mouth shut. Okay, check this out. Most Jews do not like to admit it, but the Ish God is Lucifer, And the Ish are his chosen people. Okay? This is real talk, man. This is just stuff. Hey, this is crazy, man. Real talk. This is what they do. Right? Revelation chapter 20, verse 4 through 6. I saw thrones on which were seated those who had been given authority. Right? Because I think it's been cut off. I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded because of their testimony of Yahushua and because of the word of the Most High. They had not worshipped the image of the beast and had not received its mark on their foreheads or their hands. They came to life and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. Right? The use of guillotines for governmental purposes was lobbied in the U.S. Congress. The information we received is that 15,000 are currently stored, and 15,000 are stored in at one place and another in Montana. So it's about 30,000 guillotines here in America. Now, 30,000 guillotines in America, okay? I think it's some in Washington, some in Montana, if I'm not mistaken. But it's 30,000 guillotines. There's 50 states. You do the math, okay? 5 times 6 is 30, right? 50 states. That's 600 guillotines per state. Okay? Right. There are over 800 prison camps in the United States and all fully operational to receive prisoners. They are all staffed and even surrounding the cities with guards, or even surrounded by guards, but they're all empty. Right? This is where they're going to next. Right? It's crazy, man. But this is just some of the information that I found over the last 5 years, man. Just digging. And I screenshotted as much information as I could. I wasn't going to let none of this information get away. I don't give a damn what's going on, man. Okay, check this out. Okay. You don't want that one, do you? Hold on. Boom. And then I got a whole bunch of more pictures concerning that particular part of information. Right. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. Right? Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. Who are the basest of men? Okay, let's go over here to Job chapter 30, verse 1. Salakia, let's go to 8. Job chapter 30, verse 8. They were the children of fools, yep, the children of base men, they were viler than the earth. Verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Right? Now, the reason why Job wouldn't allow Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, to sit with his dogs, because they would have sex with him. It's called bestiality. This is the wickedness of these people, man. Okay? It'll keep going until somebody does something or says something different. Right? Hellenism, traditionally a designation for Judaism in the Greek-speaking world, including those JEWs that spoke Greek and adopted a Greek life. Right? That's what Hellenism is. So those of us who are Israelites here in these last days, okay, that claim to be Israelites, okay, came out of a form of Hellenism, because we were taught the schools of English. We were taught, which English is a bastardized language, an amalgamation of different languages all put together, a mishmash, right? And different pronunciations, and then it's read from left to right, and while all the other languages on the earth are from right to left. You see, These Edomite devils are adverse to all righteousness, man. They're adverse. They're completely ass backwards, man. Okay? After the conquests of Alexander the Great, all Judaism was Hellenistic Judaism, right? Daniel chapter 11, verse 21. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. Right? Now, I showed a picture, if I'm not mistaken, that white people are Edom. From the beginning, there's only one group of people that have been deleting and taking what does not belong to them. Okay? So, yeah. Verse 22, and with the arms of a flood shall they be overthrown from before him, and shall be broken. Yep, also the prince of the covenant. And after the league made with him shall he work deceitfully, for he shall come up and shall become strong with a small people. The Renaissance period, the rebirth of the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomites. He shall enter peaceably, even with the fattest places of the province. And he shall do that which his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers. He shall scatter among them the prey and spoil and riches. Now the prey, the spoil, and the riches are the Israelites, whom they sold, because I just showed you a picture where they sold the Israelites into slavery into different parts and different continents. Right? Yep, and he shall forecast his devices against the strongholds even for a time. What is his devices? Mainstream media, telecommunications, different devices that he's had against the strongholds for even for a time, right? And he shall stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south with a great army. And the king of the south, as far as those devices, are ICBM thermonuclear missiles. They've had the entire world fearful of Babylon the Great because of the fierceness of their iron teeth, their military forces that they send in to destabilize entire regions of people. Right? The king of the south with a great army, and the king of the south shall be stirred up to battle with a very great and mighty army, but he shall not stand, for they shall forecast devices against him. Right? Now, let's go back over here to Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. NLT, what sorrow awaits you, Assyrians, who have destroyed others, but have never been destroyed yourselves? You betray others, but you have never been betrayed. When you are done destroying, you will be destroyed. When you are done betraying, you will be betrayed. Right? Obadiah 1, verse 7, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? His hidden things are those devices in Daniel 11, right? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border of wickedness. They're committing wickedness against these devils now. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, right? They have prevailed against thee, right? How did they prevail? The BRICS nations have prevailed against Esau, Edom, and the NATO nations, okay, by no longer participating in their petrodollar system that they set up in 1973 under Richard Nixon. Okay? They have deceived thee. They thought that Saudi Arabia was going to continue that another 70 or 80-year contract, so this way they could continue in wickedness and deceiving the entire world and destroying everything that they touch. Well, they've decided to deceive Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? And they're prevailing against him. by no longer using their petrodollar. They're using their own dollars. They're setting up their own central bank digital systems in each of their different nations, and they're decided to work together as one against Babylon the Great. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right? They don't understand what's going on. We understand what's going on. Those of us that study to show ourselves approved to the Most High. Workmen and work people that need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the words of truth. Like it tells you in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Right? And they don't understand these Edomites. How and why everyone is doing away with the United States petrodollar. I mean, it's a pyramid scheme, pretty much. You know, and once you've used up the pyramid scheme, and you got all the money out of it, you take off and run and leave everybody hanging with the bag. Now the nations have done the same thing to Esau, Edom, and left them with the bag with a bunch of useless paper that they can't use. Right? Matthew chapter 24, if I can get it, I'm trying to put it together, you know. Chapter 24, verse 15. Right? When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, then let them be in Judea flee into the mountains. Right? That's what we did. Okay? Let's get proof of that. See if I can find it again. Oh, back at the top. Hold on. Let me see. There it is. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Here it is. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Right? Here it is. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. Right? Let's get 1 Maccabees. If I can get it. And then I'm going to go through the Maccabees and then go from there. Hold on. What's that? Second, what is it? What I say? 1 Maccabees? Hold on. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days there went out of Israel wicked men, right? Those many pastors that have destroyed the Lord's vineyard, remember? Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we've had much sorrow. And so this device pleased them well, right? Then certain of the people who were so forward therein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen, right? Now, if you go to 2 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 9.
Are you still using a blood pressure monitor?
Okay. You see what I'm saying? Okay, Salaki, everybody. There's nothing I can do about this damn thing, man. It won't. See, nothing I can do. Blood pressure monitor. I'd get off my phone. Okay? 2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 9. I think it was. Was it my 2 Maccabees chapter? No, not it was 2 Maccabees chapter 9, think it was Second Maccabees chapter 1, about the guy Jason. I can't. No, that's the death of King Antiochus Epiphanes. Well, let's see. Second Maccabees chapter 2, verse 6, I think it was. Verse 1.
Do you want your phone to be like this?
Oh, wow, man. Every time, there's nothing I could do, boy. Nothing I could do, okay? I'm trying to do everything I can. Nothing I could do. Trying to get it to hurry up. Wow. Okay, that's not it either. Okay, but anyways. I'm going to just stick with 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. No. Oh my God, man. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. Oh, come on, man. You can't tell me this ain't Satan. I don't give a damn what you think, man. Okay. Verse 13. Because I'm almost out of battery juice anyway. Then certain of the people were so forward therein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant. And that's how our people became uncircumcised, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Right? Now, let's come down here to 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yep, and many of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers into Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days, and to pollute the sanctuary and the holy people. Right? Why? That they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable to all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do so according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. Okay? Get this, 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire. And whosoever was found with any of the book of the testament, old or new, or if any committed to the law, right, if any were trying to keep God's commandments, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. Thus they did by their authority unto the Israelites every month, so as many as were found in the cities. That's the reason why it tells you in John chapter 7, verse 35, right? It says, Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? And this is my point. Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Right? Now let's go and get to the dispersed, right? Diaspora, right?
Strong's G1290. Diaspora. Diaspora.
Okay. A scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. Right? Here it is. Dispersion, i.e., especially and concretely, the converted Israelite resident in Gentile countries, which are scattered abroad. Right? See? So, of all the people of this is how the people became Hellenists and adhered to Hellenism, traditionally a designation for Judaism in the Greek-speaking world, including those Jews that spoke Greek and adopted a Greek life. Right? See? Hellenistic Judaism, aka Christendom. Right. Then they were called Gentiles. Right? Which are a group of people who were Israelites forced against their will and holy laws to transgress the law of their God upon pain of death. See? Second Maccabees chapter 14, verse 3. Now one Alcimus, who had been high priest and had defiled himself willfully in the times of their mingling with the Gentiles, seeing that by no means he could save himself nor have any more access to the holy altar, came to King Demetrius in the 150th year, presenting unto him a crown of gold and a palm, and also of the boughs which were used solemnly in the temple, so that he held his peace. So that day he held his peace. See? So, verse 6, those of the Jews that he called Assyrians, whose captain is Judas Maccabeus, nourish war and are seditious and will not let the rest be in peace. See? So Judas Maccabeus and his righteous men had went throughout all of Judea, or the Hellenistic Jews that had switched over, like it says in First Maccabees, upon pain of death, okay, and started putting them people to death and killing them, and trying to an attempt to force them to go back to keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments. That's where you have the scribes and the Pharisees that were in contention with Yahushua HaMashiach when he was here. Okay, the dispersed are Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, and that's how we got dispersed, right? We were forced against our will and against the laws to transgress the law upon pain of death. See? Now, let's go to, I think it is Hosea chapter 5. Hosea chapter 5, verse 7, I think it is. They have dealt treacherously against the Lord, for they have begotten strange children. Now shall a month devour them with their portions. See? So we've dealt treacherously against the Lord, right? And we've begotten strange children, having sexual relations with the heathen nations, right? Which is the same problem that Ezra and Nehemiah had with our people. They forced us upon pain of death to do these things. You see what I'm saying? So all we try to do now is try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Okay? Now, I know I got off track concerning the Day of Atonement and whatnot, but I apologize. Okay? But my phone's about to go out for juice or whatever. Right. The New Testament in antiquity. Okay? I mean, I can't get that. Uh-oh. Salakia. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something here quick.
Oh, honor and glory too. Yeah, how?
I hear you, bro. Salakia. I got all kinds of videos I have to go into or record or whatever have you. You see what I'm saying? You know, but every culture is influenced by the historical forces that shape it. Events in history change who we are. Thus, it is impossible to understand the world of the New Testament without a firm grasp of the major political events that shape its world and culture. Right? Jerusalem's recovery from the Babylonian exile shaped the nature of Israel's priesthood. The cultural conquest of Hellenism changed the way people spoke and thought. Even the Roman Empire affected Judaism by bringing new possibilities of commerce and cultural exchanges from the western regions of the Mediterranean. See? So that's the reason why our people are dispersed. That's the reason why our people are called Gentiles right today. Heathen. Right? And the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to do everything he can to fix it for us. What? Wow. That's crazy. Oh my God. Police say an Uber driver recently arrested in the death of Chante Dixon admitted he raped, shot, and killed the woman after picking her up for work Sunday morning. Wow. What the hell, man? That's going to hurt. Okay. And dumping her body. Ooh wee. Wow. Wow. So she. Wow. Okay. Yep. This is what everybody is trying to partake in the Day of Atonement. Look at this, man. How's a bunch of women out there preaching now? Man, come on, man. The daughters of Sarah. Come on, man. Everybody is trying to get into the kingdom of heaven. If their name is not written in the book of life, they can't get in. It's just that simple, man. See? These are all the people that have been trying to do the Day of Atonement. See? It just goes on and on and on. There are people that know and people that haven't got a clue. See? Calling upon the wrong name and everything. See? See? That's crazy, man. I'm telling you.
You live in America, this wouldn't happen. At the end of the day, when this violence kicks off, human beings turn into chimpanzees at the bit. It's the reality, okay? So do not be fooled into thinking that you are safe from this, all right? This isn't to scare you. This is to prepare you, all right? Right, so once that event exploded in a singular location, right, you're going to see what riots and protests break out, especially in urban areas, all over the country, right? And you might see this tinderbox event, boom, starts to flare up, and the whole country is enveloped, all right? That's one scenario, okay? The other scenario that I foresee is terrorist attacks, and by that I mean set up terrorist attacks, right? So I think a very likely scenario of something happening is something like a black church in the South is going to be hit with a truck bomb. Hundreds or thousands of people are going to be killed. They'll blame it on a far-right extremist Trump supporter. The left will come out in massive protests. The right's going to be pissed off. Come out, counter-protest, protest hits. Boom, that can set the ignite off, right? That's how it's going to look, I think. And it's the most likely way it's going to look. These things happen with sort of an atomic bomb. A singular atom splits and it explodes from there. All right, so let's be very clear. The last thing any of you want is civil war. I hear people talking about this all the time. Oh, civil war and this and that. And guys, war is ugly. I've done it myself. None of you want it. None of you are ready for it. At the end of the day, it's not cool. It's not going to be like the movies in Hollywood, okay? And to the right, who I always hear say, oh, you know, one side has all the guns and the other side can't figure out which bathroom to use. Okay, true. However, that's not how civil wars work, right? When a real civil war or collapse happens in America, it is not going to just be right versus left. Why? Because after probably about the first 72 hours, okay, all of the foreign nations, sleeper cells, which are here, okay, China, Russia, Iran, all of them are going to get activated, and those foreign countries are going to come and be involved as well, okay? And which side, I know the right's super confident, which side do you think China is going to jump in on? Which side do you think Russia is going to jump in on? They're going to jump in on the side of the socialists and the communists, right? Why? Because they know they'll be able to collapse the country, and the best thing that could happen in the world for these countries is for America to completely collapse, okay? So do not think, as a right-wing conservative, you are going to have the advantage in an actual civil war. It is not going to just be like the first Civil War, okay? Understand that. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be complicated. It's going to be chaos. If it gets to that point, it's bad news, guys. You do not want, none of us want to live through it.
Shalak Rayam, Wa Anashim, Wa Abadyam, Wa Haragyam, Wa Mashapatyam, Al Kal Arawamyam, Wa Gwamyam, Wa Abyabyamnawa, Babakusha, 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 Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, the water, Amen. Send evils and destroys and kills against all enemies and Edomites, our enemies, and nations. Please, 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 Father, in the name of the Son. Thank you. Amen. Hataza Yal Naya Makal Malsha Rai. Deliver me from all works of evil. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth, who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. The Day of Atonement. I did what I could. I'm still learning. I pray in the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach that my sacrifice will be accepted. Shalom.